Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. It's another season of Wyoming AA Legion Baseball. Follow the American Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer months as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, mylocalradio.com, Best Western Dunmore Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Seavers Jewelers, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental, The Lumber Yard, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Uinta County School District No. 1, T-Bar S Body Shop, Dr. McKay Frankham DDS, Evanston Regional Hospital, Flex Fitness, Kazines, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Superior Rental, and the Gun Room. With first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the booth.
Welcome to Cowboy Field on this Friday morning, turning into a new afternoon in Laramie, Wyoming. The Evanston Outlaws and the Cheyenne Hawks, the A affiliates of the AA Post 6 Sixers out of Cheyenne. 16-8 and 1 overall, the record for the Post 6 Cheyenne Hawks. For the Evanston Outlaws, they're crawling their way back up to 500 at 12-12 on this season. Both teams are meeting at home plate with the umpires right now. We're delayed after being moved up. It's been a rainy one, and more rain could be on the way here at the University of Wyoming campus. I'm Jake Hibbert bringing you pregame coverage. Coming up next, we'll go over the lineups for both teams and then take a look at the Evanston Outlaws' most recent trends and attempts into the Tuesday's region opener. This is First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Welcome back to Cowboy Field here in Laramie, Wyoming, where the Evanston Outlaws have just taken the field, meaning that they are the designated home team in this first of tournament games of 4 in all for the Evanston Outlaws. No games yesterday for Evanston. There was just a couple of games played yesterday here for the tournament. And Ryan Fisher, who went a complete game, 5 innings with 6 strikeouts in a win to put the Evanston Outlaws at 1-0 on the region season over Rock Springs. Evanston ended up going 2-0 over the week. We'll get the start today. Let's take a look at your Evanston starters on the mound. Like we said, Ryan Fisher coming into the year, leading the team in pitching, 33 and a 2/3 innings pitched, a 6.45 ERA. Add to that 27 strikeouts, but 21 walks and 2 hit batsmen to go along with that. 36 runs, of which 31 have been earned. Behind the plate is Jagger Mitchell returning after the Mesa basketball camp down in Colorado. That forced him and Casey Perriman to miss Tuesday's region opener and the doubleheader against Rock Springs. The Outlaws were able to come away with commanding victories even without them. At first base, number 11, Gus Allred out of the Bridger Valley. At second base, Brendan Thompson gets the start at the 4 spot. Seth Lloyd in his regular spot at short. At third base, Reed Gross is the third baseman. Left field is Casey Perriman, Chris Perriman in center, and at right field, Kendall Cummings. we'll get back to your starters for the Cheyenne Hawks. Well, we would take a break, but I think we're about ready to play, so let's give them to you right now. Leading off for Cheyenne, number 11, Guy Andren playing left field. After that, Ben Bowman wears number 1 and is in center field. Keldon Hastings is a third baseman batting third. In the cleanup spot at 4, it's Cade Anderson, the first baseman. Caden Anderson is the catcher and batting 5th. 6, 7, 8 is Fisher Brown, Tyler Schlegel, and Ty Lobmeyer, and number 9, Nolan Lane, rounds out the lineup. Guy Andren, as previously mentioned, left-handed hitter. Taking a step into the batter's box, Jagger Mitchell, the catcher, behind the plate, shaking the hand of the home plate umpire, and we are ready for baseball here at Cowboy Field. Evanston playing for the first time in, well, since I've been here, so at least 6 years, at the Laramie University of Wyoming campus. Cowboy Field, a beautiful, deep field as Ryan Fisher delivers ball 1. 360 to left field, 360 to right, dead center, 400, and maybe a little bit deeper. Second pitch is wasted away, out of play. The college field, just a step away from War Memorial Stadium, where the University of Wyoming Cowpokes play. Beautiful facility, well maintained and groomed. Third pitch out to center field. Perriman backs up on it, and the first out is delivered. 3 pitches and 1 gone. Guy Andren is retired, and Ryan Fisher has his first third of inning done. I wasn't sure how much we would see Ryan Fisher, or if all, leading up to the Tuesday conference meeting, which they have coming up next Tuesday against Casper at 6 o'clock and 8:30 at Ross Kesterson Field. Second hitter is Ben Bowman, and he takes a high and outside ball 1. Bowman plays in center field. Ryan Fisher was a complete game pitcher and just 61 pitches thrown on Tuesday in the first game win, 11-1 over Rock Springs. Here's the second pitch. It's in the zone, swung on, and missed. Bowman in the count at 1-1. Fisher ended up with 6 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Again, just 61 pitches thrown. Here's the third pitch. Into the zone, chopped off towards second. Takes a weird hop. Thompson eats it up a little bit and can't make the play. An E4 gets a man on base for Cheyenne. For Fisher in his complete game win, 4 hits to go along with those 6 strikeouts, 1 run that was earned, no walks or hit batsmen. Very efficient as we've ever seen Ryan Fisher play in a big conference win, number 1. Evanston on the season, like we mentioned, 12-12 on the year. Throw back to first. Bowman's in safe, diving head first. Keldon Hastings at the plate, third baseman, wears number 6, right-handed hitter. Cheyenne looking a lot like the Casper Oilers with their jersey colors and, of course, like their AA affiliate. Post 6, the Sixers. Over to the pitcher's mound, the ball goes rolling. Hastings to Fisher's glove and over to the first base. Allred collects it, and the second out is delivered. So 2 are out, 1 man in Ben Bowman standing on second base. As we were mentioning, the jerseys for the Cheyenne Hawks, the single A team. There's a AA, a single A, a B, and I believe a C team out of Cheyenne. Dark navy blue jerseys with red and white striping down the top shoulder side of the sleeves, white numerals, white home pants, and red stirrup socks. First pitch delivered to Cade Anderson, the cleanup man in the order, wearing number 8, is outside for a ball. Second pitch on 1-0, fouled off, and it's 1-1. Cade Anderson will be followed up, should it go this far, 1 batter later by Caden Anderson, the catcher. 1-1, Fisher looks back to second base, high and outside, ball 2. It's about 42 degrees here in Laramie right now. The rain has subsided for the moment. 2-1 pitch, fouled out of play. Not much wind to speak of, a little breeze picking up though. But again, about 42 degrees, the temperature it was this morning on the drive here. People coming east of Cheyenne were dealing with some blizzarding out in the Nebraska-Wyoming area this morning, right on I-80. So thankful we didn't have that. Games were delayed this morning as a game scheduled to start at 10 a.m. The field wasn't quite ready, and the rain was still falling. So Cheyenne and Dickinson were held off until 10:30. That game went just 5 innings. Here's the pitch on 2-2. It's a full count, 3-2. Cheyenne lost to Dickinson 13-4 in 5 innings, and it was not a time limit game. It was rather a run rule because in this tournament, not only is it a wood bat tourney, full count pitch fouled away, but it is also not a 10-run rule, but an 8-run differential will get you a win at 5 innings. There was a little bit of confusion as Cheyenne was ready to come out for the 6th inning after being down 9 before being told that, nope, the game is over and you're on to play Evanston. Full count pitch, again, delivered this time high, and a walk puts Anderson on first base. So runners at first and second. Caden Anderson at the plate, number 37, right-handed hitter as well. So far for Ryan Fisher, his first 2 batters, he delivered a first pitch ball, second one a strike, or third one a strike, and fourth one a ball. So this is strike on batter number 5. He's 2 for 5, 40% first pitch strike percentage. Small sample size, but you always want to pay attention to that because that is an indicator of how a pitcher is going to handle not just his outing, but also that pitch count as it creeps up. And in a tournament time and with a conference game looming on Tuesday, you've got to be very wary of where Ryan Fisher, their staff ace's pitch count is at. Ball down in the dirt, counts at 1-1 to Anderson. 2 outs in the inning, no score on the Impact Physical Therapy Board here at Cowboy Field in Laramie, Wyoming. Runners on second base, Ben Bowman, and runner at first base is Anderson. Caden Anderson at the plate. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Up high, 3-1. So Ryan Fisher did not walk anyone on Tuesday, and that's a little bit out of the ordinary. Usually, he'll walk a couple of guys, especially early as he waits for his location to find him, and then he'll find it, and then sometimes it leaves, and he's walked back-to-back runners to load the bases up. Fisher Brown, the opposing pitcher, comes to the plate. Number 6 in the order, bases loaded, 2 outs. Reed Gross at third base, looking back to Casey Perriman in left field to bring him in a little bit. Outfield playing shallow. On the corners, a little bit deeper at dead center, and Chris Perriman. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Here's the pitch on 0-1. Knocked up towards shortstop and to third base. Reed Gross makes the catch, and the inning is over. Bases left loaded. AJ, thanks for the note there. We will take a look, see if the ads are back on the air when we come back. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy Board here at Cowboy Field in Laramie. Having some issues with the ad, so let's take a quick break to see if we can quickly fix that. AJ, be back on the air in just Welcome back to Cowboy Field as we had to go off air briefly, hoping to fix that issue where the ads were not playing with the audio. Hopefully you could hear me for the game. It's 0-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we just missed one batter so far. Ryan Fisher on a one-pitch fly out to right field is retired, so Reed Gross, catcher, infielder, gets hit on the hand, and I think it may have been the end of the bat based off his lack of reaction, but nonetheless, he takes a trip down to first base. 6-pitch at bat for Reed Gross. Seth Lloyd comes to the plate. And AJ, let me know if I'm back on the air here. And we ran a quick test with some audio to see if you could hear that on the bumper. If not, we'll try the ad again when we come back. Man on first base. And a high pop-up to Seth Lloyd. It's out towards second and dropped, and then overthrown at second base on what would have been an easy force out. So an error. That one on, is that Nolan Lane, I believe? No, Tyler Schlegel, number 27, and Nolan Lane ran into each other at second base. And so then an overthrow, so a double error. Has a man on second by way of an error and a man on first by way of an error. That brings up number 11, Gus Allred, and a high pop-up to center field. Got and out, number 2. Jagger Mitchell up to the plate. And run you through the Evanston Outlaws lineup as we were trying to get whatever was going on fixed, and hopefully we have. Ryan Fisher led off, Reed Gross second, Seth Lloyd third in the order, Gus Allred fourth, and Jagger Mitchell up at the plate right now with 2 men on and 2 out in the 5 spot. Brendan Thompson, 6 in the order and playing second base. Casey Perriman out in left field, 7, and 8 and 9 is Kendall Cummings and Chris Perriman. First pitch, out toward left field and tailing in foul territory just over the head of third baseman Keldon Hastings. Set up now the defense for Cheyenne. At the plate and behind the dish, catching is Caden Anderson. He's catching Fisher Brown on the mound, where's number 5. Cade Anderson at first base, Nolan Lane at second, Ty Loebmeyer at shortstop, Keldon Hastings, as we mentioned, at third base. Andren in left, Bowman in center, and Schlegel in right. Good lead at second base by Reed Gross. Here's the 0-1 to Mitchell. Taken for a ball. Count at 2-1. Still may have some audio issues in regards to the ads. Continue to take a look at that. And a pitch knocked up high. Dangerous area on shallow center field, but caught by Ben Bowman for the third out. A couple of men left stranded for the Evanston Outlaws in Seth Lloyd and Reed Gross. Now let's take a break, and AJ, let's hope for some ad sound. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM, online at mylocalradio.com with the video stream. No score after 1 inning between Evanston and Cheyenne. Well, apologies again. No ad sound there. I did that in checking myself, and I've got one more idea for what might be going on. So try to maybe keep us on the air here while I do this and see if that does anything, if we can get that back up and going here. Kind of a strange thing. I haven't run into this before. So we will keep it right here. It's the top of the second inning. Outlaws out in the field. And up to the plate first for Cheyenne is Tyler Schlegel. See, now, as AJ, I'm going to take a quick test break in between at-bats here, where we'll play part of an ad and then come back and see if the sound's working on that. Appreciation to AJ Lamb back in the studio producing this game and letting us know of any issues that we have. So in between at-bats of Schlegel and Lobmeyer, we will take a quick 5-second ad break just to see if those are working again. The count is at 0-1. Here's the second pitch from Fisher, outside for a ball. Outside and low, Fisher trying to bring the heat and missing on his location. Third pitch, hit, foul, and off the foot as he's limping around. Schlegel. It stayed in play and into the glove of Reed Gross, but it was foul as it hit Schlegel's foot first, and on a cold 42-degree early afternoon, 12:59 the time on the clock. It's exactly what you never want to see happen. Again, don't be alarmed when we take a quick commercial break. It's only temporary, and it's just to test to see if our audio is back up and working. Of course, our audio here on the microphone's working. It's coming out of the computer. There's a problem with the feed. So I've changed some settings on the computer, hoping that maybe will get rid of the problem. And we'll see shortly. Counts at 2-2, a ball dirted and sent through the legs of Jagger Mitchell. Deep backstop, and on top of the chain link, you've got gravel surrounding the chain link. 3-1 count. 3-2 rather. So not only will the ball die there, but even if it bounces back, it's going to lose a lot in that gravel as opposed to harder dirt or grass. So any ball to that deep backstop has every reason to stay there. 3-2 count and chopped through the center of third base and short for a leadoff single. Schlegel on board. And now let's take that brief commercial break.
Light up your world with
Well, let me know if that worked, if you could hear that there, as Tyler Lobmeyer up to the plate. Shortstop at the plate. Apparently we had a brief working on it. Apparently the audio briefly worked there. Well, that's closer. Still trying to get, and yeah, no, it's not a muting issue. It's nothing in our actual software. It's something on the computer itself, or a connector cord would be my next guess for why those ads aren't coming through quite right. It's a 1-0 count. And a strike. 1-1. On the 1-2. Fisher set out of the stretch. Dribbled up towards the mound. Right-handed throw down to first and out number one. Lobmeyer retired. Schlegel on first base. Down to second. That brings up Nolan Lane, second baseman, number 9 hitter for Cheyenne. And first pitch is a strike. Give it another try over the break, when that may be. In between batters, we'll give it another test on the ads. Just adjusted one more thing. As we switch from 9-1 following this at-bat by Lane. Count at 0-2, man on second base, open first. Fisher off the stretch, fastball, knocked opposite field and into foul territory. No chance for Cummings at right field or Allred at first to chase that down. We have a bit of sun breaking through. That'd be welcome here in Laramie as it's in the 40s at 1 o'clock. Look back to second base. Now the pitch. Hit up the middle, right to Seth Lloyd at second, down to first, and out number 2. 6-3 put out, advances. On to third base, Tyler Schlegel with an open first and second, and the number 1 hitter, Guy Andren, will be up. Now let's take that quick break and see if those ads are working better. And let me know if that worked any better, AJ, because we may have to run some advertisers. Hopefully that does work. That's no problem. Just want to get it up and going. First pitch to Guy Andren was a strike, fastball. Second pitch, fastball again, but inside for a ball. And chopped down first baseline, and Ryan Fisher can't get there, and no one covering first, so he's safe, and the run is scored by Schlegel. 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And ruled a single there by the booth up here. See what game changer in the Outlaws rule it as. First pitch to the number 2 man, Ben Bowman, out to center field and caught. 1-0, a run scored by the Cheyenne Hawks coming off a 13-4 loss over Dickinson, just game before this. We'll now take a short break on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Back here. Back here at, well, blowing out there just a second. Back here at Cowboy Field as we're Continuing to try to figure out these audio issues that we've had. And I'm not sure that we're any closer to them, but certainly changed a lot of things here and tried to figure out what's going on. That was 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Bottom of the second inning. Outlaws trailing Cheyenne. And a throw down, or a knock down to left field past shortstop, and a single for Casey Perriman to lead off. Apologies, getting a little distracted over all the audio issues that we're having on the ad side there. Kendall Cummings up to the plate, and Chris Perriman following that. Good lead at first base by Casey Perriman. Going against the pitcher Fisher Brown, it's Kendall Cummings. First pitch at the wood bat, slaps it foul. Look back to first base. And Perriman's in safe. Count at 0-1 to Cummings. Knocked over the gap in third base and short, and as back-to-back singles out into left field. Cummings and Perriman both on with Chris Perriman up to the plate. First pitch off the stretch, hit hard by Perriman and dropping into left field. If it was a metal bat, it would have been an out, as Guy Andren would have been probably right about where he needed to be, but couldn't make enough steps forward as the ball died quickly with a lower exit velocity and that wood bat. So bases are loaded. Number one man in the order, Ryan Fisher, up to the plate. Ryan Fisher leading the team in batting average on the season at 500. Excuse me, at 473, but in a bit of a slump out in the last 6 games, that going back to the Pocatello doubleheader in Pocatello. Hitting .333 over that stretch, and out of his 5 hits and 15 at-bats, all of them have been singles. Fisher on the season has 7 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Has no extra base power through the last 6 games, so trying to change that with a wood bat. Slaps it out towards short. Still a single, but it's a 2-runner perhaps. And yes, it is. 1 run scores another. Perriman and Kendall Cummings in, both home. And the score is 2-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 2-run RBI for Ryan Fisher brings up Reed Gross, men on first and second, and 1 out in the inning. 4 hits for the Outlaws to 2 for Cheyenne. Couple of errors Cheyenne's way. That coming on 1 play. Close for Ryan Andren for that throw, or lack thereof, as he kind of bobbled it as Kendall Cummings was coming home. That'd be on the edge of a 3rd error, but ruled that it was just a 2 RBI single on the board. And that's what we'll keep it as. Gross hits it out towards center on his horse and misjudging it. Ben Bowman has it go over his head. Can't make the basket catch. 1 run coming around. Chris Perriman will throw standing up, or score standing up, and men on second and third for the double. Reed Gross scores 1 more. Seth Lloyd in the number 3 spot. He reached on an error last time up. A 3-run second inning for the Outlaws, after Cheyenne gets 1. First pitch, hit up high, but not too far, out towards third base, and the catch is made by Hastings. 2 are gone. Brings up Gus Allred. Hitting in the 4 spot. First pitch is a ball. Second one, delivered inside, swung on, hit up high, opposite way towards left. Andren has a read on it, and the inning is over. Evanston scores 3 in the inning, and they lead it going into the third, 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Large and small projects alike. We work with individuals. The public is always welcome. And contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment. And customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment, including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936. Helling Ford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field in Laramie, Wyoming. 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. As we have a new pitcher on the mound, the book is shut on Ryan Fisher. Oh, thank you for... Cheyenne is up to the plate, and we have Keldon Hastings. Ups, count is 1-1. Casey Perriman pitching. Just 2 quick innings out of Ryan Fisher, and then he's out. So a little tune-up for what we would imagine would be a Tuesday game. Start against Casper. Nice 3-run response by the Outlaws. Taking on the single-A Cheyenne Hawks. Foul tip into the glove of Jagger Mitchell. It's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 delivery from the lefty Perriman, and every now and again he loses that velocity, or loses that location rather, in lieu of trying to ramp up the velocity, and he did that right there. That's a hit batsman. And Anderson is on, Hastings rather, is on first. Cade Anderson is at the plate now. Man on first base being held tight. Allred standing right on first. There's a small lead by Hastings against the lefty Perriman. He gives a look, then delivers way outside, and ball 1 to Anderson. Thank you to AJ Lamb back in the studio, and thanks for letting me know that the echo came in because I was trying just about everything on the fly. So if the echo came in, but you could hear the ads before that and clarify that, then that's actually a good thing because we've located and isolated the problem if that's the case. Out to left field, a deep, well, should say high, not so deep, but more so out to left field and caught for an out. One gone, and Anderson is retired to bring up Caden Anderson, the catcher, with one gone and a man on first. Casey Perriman steps onto the rubber, looks down to first, and delivers a pitch. Outside for a ball. Jagger Mitchell stays behind the plate at catcher. Reed Gross at third, Seth Lloyd at short, Thompson at second, and Allred at first. Ryan Fisher is just a straight out to left. So a 1-7, 7-1, and for the second time in 3 batters, Casey Perriman has dirted a ball that then hit a guy in the ankle. Like we said, that velocity for Perriman sometimes gets him in trouble as he forgets about the location, and 2 out of 3 are on base after being plunked. Brings up Fisher Brown, the pitcher, and he's a right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. He'd like it very much if that left plant leg does not get hit on the ankle with a baseball. Pinch runner coming in, and I'm not sure if it's a courtesy runner because of the hit or if it is a substitution and he's done. Either way, the guy coming in is Casey Daniels for Cheyenne. First pitch, a ball. A wild pitch by Perriman goes to the backstop, and that is a deep backstop like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, and nearly a 2-base air one. Instead, the guys go back to second and third. 3-0 count, and Perriman's day maybe getting the Outlaws into trouble. He's hit 2. He's got a 2-0 count, to the man at the plate, Fisher Brown. And an open first base, 1 gone, top of the 3rd inning. Offered at and fouled away. 2-1 count, 1 gone. Brown 0 for 1 on the day. Popped out to third base his first time up. And a low ball, 3-1 count. Keldon Hastings at third base was about halfway down the path toward home when the throw came in. Quickly retreated back to third after the low ball 3. Three and 1 and a low ball 4. Bases loaded. So the positive. The optimist says you got to force it any base or plate. As Schlegel comes up, a double rostered kid. Plays for both the Hawks and Post 6. The Sixers. I guess everyone's Post 6, but Cheyenne, the single A team called the Cheyenne Hawks, and the double A just called Post 6 Sixers for the most part. Lefty on righty matchup, and outside for a ball. Strike delivered and a much needed one, 1-1. Bases loaded, and Cheyenne down by 2 runs. Takes the pitch, 2-1. Tyler Schlegel, the right-handed hitter, at the plate. His first time up was a single, and he ended up coming around to score the run on an error for Cheyenne last inning. 2-hour time limit, hard cap at 2:15 for finishing an inning, and then you're done no matter what. Strike 2, and even count from Perriman. That was a curveball taken by Schlegel. And an 8-run rule at 5 innings, not a 10-run at this tournament. The Dooley Oil Classic, I think the name is. Low and outside, 3-2. So you got 1 out. Runners won't be breaking for the plate. That guy at third base, that's always the worst when you got 2 outs and a full count to run towards a right-handed hitter with a bat and a ball coming towards it. But 1 out, they'll just take a decent lead on 3-2 and see what happens. Here's the pitch. Knocks it in opposite field and gapped past the right fielder and Cummings. 1 run, 2 run. Gonna make it a 3, being waved around. Schlegel on his way to third, and the throw will be well late. On a 1 hop, Schlegel with a 3-run bases emptying triple to make it 4-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 3-2 count. Perriman had to deliver it in to avoid giving up a run. He did put it in the zone, and as a result gave up 3. Evanston no longer holds the lead, down by 1 instead. And the Outlaws will try to regroup with Schlegel standing on third base and Ty Lobmeyer at the plate. Won't be ruled as an error, but that should not have been a gapper. Cummings lost the ball, or was a little errant in the approach, and had it fly past him. Kept on rolling and rolling past as he had to run with it. Didn't quite get to the fence, as it's a deep fence, 360 to right field, 400 to dead center, deeper than anything else we encounter on the west side of the state. Single through the first and second base lines. Lobmeyer with an RBI drives in Schlegel. 5-3 is the score in the top of the 3rd inning. Cheyenne Hawks, former region foe for the Evanston Outlaws, with the upper hand. The last time Evanston and Cheyenne played in a region game at the Hawks, that being the single A affiliate, was at the Rollins tournament back in 2015. That was Evanston's last year at the single A level, and the regional tournament was in Rollins, Wyoming that season. Place where the wind was blowing so hard that Hunter Hicks, a left-handed hitter and one of the few lefties for the Outlaws, at least an everyday lefty, was just about unable to get anything in play because the wind was blowing all of his pole shots foul. 5-3 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Number 9 man Nolan Lane up 1-0 on the count. Perriman makes it 2-0 with an outside high ball. Perriman set, looks to first, delivers off the stretch, and a walk. 4 straight balls for Perriman, and a mound visit could be it, as he's given up 4 runs in 1/3 of an inning. Coach Jason Lloyd steps just over the first baseline. See what we got. It is a pitching change, and older brother Chris Perriman will come in. We'll take this time not to take a break, but to actually try and fix that audio issue that we were having come our way. So, AJ, expect just a bit of dead air here, and we'll be back in about 30 to 60 seconds to reset what we have out on the field. Evanston trailing Cheyenne 5-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board.
The Lumberyard first. Excellent prices.
way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services, shirts and slacks.
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service.
They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire.
Customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way,
Or like this.
It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream while
goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced.
Local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch.
Evanston would be the anger eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and
It changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers.
Well, sorry for that if you're watching online, as we're back now, as just had to go in and fix things, and sometimes it's not always pretty, but hopefully it works. Chris Perriman is the new pitcher for Guy Andren. Righty on lefty matchup, one man on, and that's at first base after a 4-pitch walk from Nolan Lane. Chris Perriman comes in, delivers strike 1 and 2 to Guy Andren. So at the moment, Casey Perriman on the hook for a loss, if the score should stand at this. Perriman misses, 2 men on. 1 out, 1-2 count for Andren. Nolan Lane at first and Lobemeyer at second. High ball, and the location has left Chris Perriman for the moment, 2-2. Maybe trying to get a little fancy on a strikeout pitch here. Double play would end the inning. Here's the 2-2. Swing, did he go? And he did not. Usually you have a, well, I say usually. In majors or minor league baseball, you're going to have someone on the third or first base line who can get a better read, but the appeal goes down to a guy standing directly behind the pitcher, basically, and a little offset at more towards second base, so you can't really get a good read on the appeal of did he cross the plane. It looked like he may have, but ruled safe, so the count at full, and a foul pitch keeps it alive. 3-2 to Andren, 2 men on. Swung on, headed right towards us, and over. Another foul. A foul ball could feasibly, if I'm not paying attention, concuss and knock me out of this broadcast completely. I'm sitting at about even with the chain link top. High pitch again, coming back our way. And hits the seats. Try it again on the full count. Got to stay alive out here. The broadcast booth, as we got a wide open window too. Appreciate it, as it's got a little bit of sun and warming up a bit. The lights here at Cowboy Field are on though. The 3-2 one more time. Andren fouls it back, and what a battle we've got. Pitch number 10 coming up of the at-bat. He's fouled off 4 and was down 0-2 in the count. So here it is again, and bounced. A walk from 0-2, fouls off 4, and in all, after going down 0-2, sees 8 more pitches his way and gets a free trip down to first base, although free is not quite indicative of how hard he had to work for it. Ben Bowman to the plate. Bases loaded. about an hour into the start of this game, actually a little less than at 1:30. I don't think we got this contest started until about probably 12:40 to 45 after. Strike one delivered. 2-hour cap on starting a new inning. Oh, 1 pitch. Bowman watches it go outside for a ball. One in the dirt, and a ball. Two-one with the bases loaded, and Perriman started off good with an 0-2 count to Andren, but since then gave up a walk, and now down in the count 3-1 to Bowman. Pitch outside and a walk given up. And it's 6-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Bases stay loaded. Brings up the number 3 man, Keldon Hastings. Hastings is 0 for 1. Was hit his second time up and scored. Made it to third base and then was driven in by that big triple earlier this inning. He actually led off. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner and a strike. It's been a long top of the third. 6 runs have scored. It's 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. And an out. First for Perriman, that being Chris. Scoreboard says 7-3, but yeah, it is 6-3, so I did not miss a run. Trying to figure out the scoreboard and how to take back that run. And I know I've been in that situation before, running a scoreboard and trying to figure out on the fly, what do I do when I mess up? Usually there's a fix, but figuring it out while you're also trying to keep track of balls and strikes, not the easiest thing, so that scoreboard will be adjusted when time permits. Fulls count, strike 2, 1-2 to Cade Anderson. Cade and Anderson on deck, has the catcher's gear below the knees on. Big hack by Cade and a foul. Inside for ball 2. 1 out away. There are 2 in the inning. Cade Anderson was the first out. Hard hit, eats up Gross at third base. Has to hold on and not make a throw. Everyone's safe. Got hit in the shoulder on a high-hopping grounder. And it's now 7-3, so there you go. You don't have to fix anything. Actually, I think we'll see. Brings up Caden Anderson. He takes ball 1. Count is at 1-0. Opposite field knock foul, 1-1. Yes, it is 7-3. Got 6 runs in the inning. Took a double check there, so the board is now correct. 2-2, or 1-2 rather. Two outs, bases loaded. And the pitch from Perriman. Broken bat, grounded towards first. May end up being a single. No, Allred gets it to Perriman just in time with the underhanded flip. 6 runs score, and it's 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board as we head now to the bottom half of the inning. The third is all on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Bottom of the third inning as Cheyenne gets 6 runs to go in by way of a whole heck of a lot of mistakes on the Evanston side. Casey Perriman came in, and he's always got velocity. Sometimes loses that location. Boy, did he ever. As the inning went, he hit a man, got an out, hit a man, walked a man, and then was taken out. And gave up in all in the inning. He had 1, 2, 3 more walks from Chris Perriman, also a single, and 6 men come around to score. Finally, the inning ends by way of a strikeout and a ground out to get the second and third outs of the inning. And Evanston in search of some answers. Jagger Mitchell, right-handed hitter, going up against Fisher Brown. Here's the first pitch, and Mitchell got hit on the end of the bat. And an immediate base runner for the Outlaws. Glad we got all the ad stuff figured out. And thanks to AJ back in the studio for the continued updates on that. And I guess we chalk that up as a learning experience of that you never know what your computer's going to do to you. When we'd isolated the problem, I had no idea how it could have gotten that way, but it did. And so there we were. But it's all fixed now. 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And there's an appeal down from the Cheyenne Hawks side that may have, I'm guessing is probably talking about that it should have been a foul ball, as that little wood block sound meant that it hit the end of the bat, not his hand. That's the second time that's happened for the Outlaws today, where I don't think it actually hit the guy. The second batter of the game, Reed Gross, had a very similar situation take place. Now, if it hits the bat but also pinches your hand, I guess that's a hit batsman, but no reaction by either man makes that seem a little unlikely. Brendan Thompson up to the plate. Thompson in the last 6 games hitting .286, a little below his .300 average on the year, and right at .300, 21 hits through 70 at-bats. 18 of them singles. Takes strike 1. Throw back to first, and Jagger Mitchell was barely 2 steps away from the bag. Almost tripped up trying to head first dive there and kind of coil his body like a constrictor. 0-1. And Brown gives a look back to first. Still not much of a lead, but the throw over. Brown not trusting Mitchell not to take off. Off the stretch, weak opposite field slap towards third base, and Thompson's retired. Got by Keldon Hastings. Brings up Casey Perriman. Perriman was moved back to the outfield and center field, I believe, in lieu of his brother to come in and pitch. So we've had 3 pitchers today. Fisher gave us 2 solid innings. Casey Perriman made it a third, and Chris made it the final 2/3. Hard hit and just a bit foul. Tailed just a little to the left out on the line, and what would have been a sure double, maybe even scored a run for Mitchell. Instead, is foul by about a foot. Mitchell taking a little bit bigger lead at first, still not much. And he'll have no problem getting back. Slap it back towards third base. Into left field, and a single for Casey Perriman. 1 gone and 2 on for the Outlaws, down by 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kendall Cummings up to the plate. He singled last time up. And he was one of 3 Outlaws to come around and score last inning. Cheyenne off back-to-back scoring innings. 1 run in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd. And too many free bases is what Jason Lloyd will tell you happened in the 3rd. Stretch pitch and fouled up towards the box. Healthy little hit off the aluminum, and it's strike 1. I don't think anyone would complain up here if they'd made that chain link about 7-8 feet higher. But as it sits, I've got a perfect view to get a ball in the face if I don't pay attention. 0-2 to Cummings. 1 out. First and second are the runners. Here's the pitch from Brown. Outside, ball 2. Excuse me, ball 1. Right on the edge there of, from my vantage point, we could have gone either way based on how the calls have gone today. 1-2 pitch from Brown. Offered at and slapped foul. Jagger Mitchell was ready to go. He has to turn around from heading home on the 3rd baseline back to second. That was just a little foul ball slap. He was going on ground ball contact, that's to be sure. 1-2. The pitch. Another slap, opposite way. Eats up the second baseman. The run down. Cummings can't quite make it in time. 4-3 put out by a hair as Nolan Lane took a weird bounce. There's been a lot of those in the infield today. And then had to pick up the ball that dropped and dribbled off to his side. Got it to Cade Anderson just in time. 4 out, number 2. Opens up a base at first. 2 men in scoring position. 2 outs. And the number 9 man, Chris Perriman, at the plate. Hits it well, out into the left center gap. May have found it, and he did. 1 run, make it 2 runs, and a double by Chris Perriman. The Outlaws are within 2, 7-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Chris Perriman had a fine Tuesday, going perfect in his at-bats against the Rock Springs Sand Puppies, and this on the year where he's hitting just .267, but as of late has trended upwards. More recently, in the last 6 games, Perriman hitting .375, and that will help things out, as he's 2 for 2 on the day. So what's that, an 8 for 8 streak? Looking as good, and maybe a time to get out of the number 9 spot. A diving play made on an opposite field shot on a liner into right field. Ryan Fisher ends the inning. Diving catch and a nice one made by Tyler Schlegel. 7-5, the Outlaws get 2 more, and have actually out-hit Cheyenne 6-4. But we'll try to hold them scoreless as we head into the 4th. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 Radio and online with the live video stream at mylocalradio.com.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
They trust Chris Perriman for another inning of work. The Outlaws have put the guy back onto the mound. Went 2/3 of an inning and stopped the bleeding to a degree after Casey Perriman hit man after man. But the Outlaws giving up 6 runs combined between the two pitchers in the 3rd inning. Looking to slow things down here in the 4th. Evanston's got 5 runs in the last 2, but trails 7-5. Cheyenne got 1 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd. And out of those, take a look again down at the base runners who got on in that 3rd inning. We had walk, hit by pitch, I should say, hit by pitch, walk, single, walk, strikeout, error, ground out, and a fly out in between all that. So not a whole lot of hitting going on for Cheyenne, just 4 in all, and a strike 1 taken as we start the 4th inning. Fisher Brown, the pitcher, leads off. Tyler Schlegel on deck and Ty Lobmeyer in the hole. Brown's down 0-2, but the location, not by the pitcher, but the catcher has gone by the wayside. Jagger Mitchell throws it over the head of Perriman. Got backed up by Brendan Thompson. Throw back to the mound, and here's the 0-2. Swing and a chop. Down towards short. It's a slow roller. Got to be perfectly fielded and thrown. Out by a hair, I think. And the call is out. A line drive laser thrown by Seth Lloyd down to first. Gus Allred gloved it, kept his foot on the bag, and Fisher Brown stepped just a hair too late. That'd be an interesting to go back and take a look at if we had the camera instant replay capabilities, just to see how close it was. I think he was out, but it was very close. Tyler Schlegel up to the plate. Schlegel scored twice on a pair of singles to get on base. Takes strike 1 here. Looking like a good decision for manager Jason Lloyd and coaches Jason Mitchell and Chad Thompson to send Perriman back out, known colloquially as Durf, for another inning of work. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. One out in the inning, and an 0-2 count to Schlegel. Perriman takes the sign, comes out of the full wind. Knocked down to second. Down to one knee, sliding. Thompson can't make the play. And whether it's an error or a single, Schlegel is on base. It was a tough field for Thompson, but probably one he could have made. There's been a lot of could-haves for both sides. I don't think this infield's playing all that true. Certainly nothing like what we had at the state tournament last year in Cheyenne with the field turf, where you have a true bounce every single time. You know exactly what's coming. Throw back to first, and Allred can't glove it. And so turn Schlegel on to second. Schlegel had about a half of a step lead when the throwback came out, and nonetheless he was still almost out because he wasn't ready for the throw down. Allred had the ball just lip off the end of his glove, though, so the runner moves on to second. Lobmeyer at the plate, awaiting his first pitch. Here it is, inside, tried to back away from it and just avoided getting plunked. Nolan Lane on deck, number 9 hitter, will be followed if it gets that far to Guy Andren, the number 1 man. Lobmeyer singled and scored and was walked all the way around to second to third and then to home last inning. 2-0 count to Lobmeyer. Perriman looks back to second. Thompson creeps in, now retreats, and the pitch is outside. Chris Perriman, missing a chunk of the season with injury, has pitched this year just 8 innings. He has a 5.25 ERA coming into the game. That will be increased a bit depending on where those earned runs went. And I think there was just 1 error in the inning, so most of those runs last inning will be earned, half to Casey Perriman, the other half to Chris. Has struck out 8, though. A strikeout per inning is an increase over a season to go's ratio. Walked Lobemeyer, bringing up Lane. Foul ball, 0-1, men on first and second. Off the stretch. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1-1. You get to this point in the season, this is a wood bat tournament and technically a 4-day. Outlaws will compete in 3 of them, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you like to see all the guys who get an inning here, an inning there on the mound. Count is 2-1 to Lane. Get guys along the way that aren't going to get an inning pitching in a meaningful game. I'm thinking, and look at the end of the stats here. 2/3 of an inning from Reed Gross, Jaden Schneider with an inning, and Brendan Thompson with 1. Thompson's certainly not a guy you're going to give the ball to next Tuesday in the 8:30 o'clock game against the Casper Oilers, but did get out on the mound at the beginning of the season in the second game of the first day of the Casper opening season tournament at the end of April. Pitched an inning against the Jackson Giants and actually did so with some sort of effectiveness. Of course, I'll always remember that one. The wind was whipping in that contest, or talking 40 miles an hour. But through all that wind, you could hear, as Thompson would struggle, the heckling of one Evanston faithful fan. And that fan, of course, was Brendan Thompson's mother. Perriman walks another, and he's walked the bases loaded with 1 out. Guy Andren comes to the plate, lefty. Second base of Thompson and Lloyd at short move into double play depth. Corners of first and third playing at the edge of the infield grass. And it doesn't matter a single lick as Guy Andren is plunked on the first pitch. The first run of the inning is scored for Cheyenne, and it's 8-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Ben Bowman is up, and before that, we have a pitching change. Chris Perriman's day is done, and hand the ball off to, it appears, is it Gus Allred? No. Ethan Buse, perhaps? We'll find out next. 8-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, top of the 4th inning. Cheyenne on top of Evanston. First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 Radio.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Meets the eye, defeat me mentally. I'd like to see you try. Back on backpack flows and pack shows in the back rows with black fist picks and afros.
Ethan Buse is the pitcher for the Evanston Outlaws as we move into the top of the fourth inning with one out and the bases loaded. 8-5 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. On the year, Ethan Buse comes in with 17 1/3 to his name pitched on the mound. And actually, out of all the Outlaws with that many or thereabouts in innings pitched, has been the most effective. A 2.43 ERA, 20 hits given up, 13 runs, 6 of them earned, 11 walks, though, to 8 strikeouts. So not a strikeout hitter. If he's working right, he's getting to contact, and then his defense backing him up to get the outs. A force at any base with men on first, second, and third, and one just coming around to touch home after Guy Andren was hit on the first pitch by Chris Perriman. Brings up Ben Bowman. Bowman reached on an error the first time up, out to center on the second, and walked last inning. Here's the first pitch, and it's outside. Ethan Buse, a tall kid out on the mound, a transfer coming in this summer. I believe I was told an incoming sophomore. Moving in from Idaho. Second pitch, strike one. Just getting a notification on my phone from Words with Friends saying the word of the day is summer. Well, you can tell that to Wyoming and the surrounding areas. It's anything but summer. Sitting in the 40s on June 21st. Good swing and miss action on a fastball that was sent up the ramp. 1-2 to Bowman. Offered at a high one, out to short. Seth Lloyd makes the grab, and 2 are out. Bases stay loaded. Keldon Hastings up. Hastings struck out his last time, and that was the second out of an elongated third inning in which he saw 2 plate appearances. Was hit the first time, struck out the second. Offers it the first pitch he sees in this at-bat, and it's a strike. Hastings 0 for 2 with 3 plate appearances. 1 run scored. The 0-1 from Buse is high, and Buse was able to get Ben Bowman to go up the ladder on a second high fastball in the at-bat to put the count at 0-2. Hastings perhaps seeing that, not being fooled. The 1-1 offering inside and called a strike. Nearly hit Hastings on the long hair. A good point from A.J. Lamb back in the studio. Looking on the bright side of things with this 40-degree weather on the first day of summer, saying you don't need a summer body if the state you have doesn't have a summer. So donuts and holiday ham for everyone today. 8-5 the score, bases loaded, 2 outs and a 1-2. Ball 2. It seemed like everyone on both sides was waiting on pins and needles for a call on that ball on the 1-2 offering, and rolled just a bit out. Even all the way around. The 2-2, out to short. Lloyd goes to one knee, grabs it, and the throw to second is just in time on the force. Not so convinced myself on it that Andren didn't get a foot in there first, but the inning is ended, and 1 run is all given up for the Outlaws to Cheyenne. 8-5 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. 25.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Fisher Brown stays out on the mound for a fourth inning of work for Cheyenne. The Hawks single A out of post 6. Going to work with a 6-run third inning, making the difference, buttressed by 1 run in the second and 1 in the fourth. Leading off the bottom half for the Evanston Outlaws, it's Reed Gross. 2, 3, 4 due up, so heart of the order, Gross, Lloyd, and Allred. Gross sitting at 320 on this season. And also another one of those guys slumping just a hair. Although helped out a little bit today. He's 1 for 1 in 2 plate appearances with a double. He was hitting .294 in the last 2 weeks of contests. Power's disappeared a bit for the Outlaws, and expect that to continue, but that's going to be for the weekend with a wood bat tournament. Just as I say that, Reed gets a hold of one pretty well, but goes foul, pulled down the left field line. Eight to 5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Brown's been effective, but the Outlaws have certainly been able to get a hold of him when they need to. Need just a little bit more of that. 6 hits to 5, the differential. Cheyenne standing at 5. Evanston still out hitting him despite a 3-run deficit. That mostly due to walk and hit batsmen. Full windup from Brown. Little looper out to second. And caught by Brown racing towards the infield dirt. And 1 is gone. Seth Lloyd takes a base. Takes a bat, I should say, from Anderson, the catcher. Outlaws wearing those silver-tipped jerseys with the blue, white, and silver lines up the middle of the belly and on the side of the shoulders. White pants, just like Cheyenne with the white pants and the stripe down the side. The Outlaws used to have uniforms that mostly said Outlaws across the front, switching that up in recent years to now that all of their jerseys, from the AA to the B team to the C team, all just say Post 41. And so they're interchangeable. And in a case like this where you have a kid being called up like, say, Quinn Tibbetts, not always a AA player, filling out the bench today and maybe seeing him a little bit later on or later on in the tournament, you don't need to give him a new jersey. They've got one uniform jersey number, and that was an issue in years past, mostly on our side or sometimes on theirs, of who's got an extra jersey. Well, with everything saying Post 41, you don't have to worry about, is it the Outlaws, is it the Trappers, is it the C team? Well, you got one jersey, and you got one jersey number, so they're all the same. When you get called up or sent back down, just bring your jersey and pants and come ready to play to the ballpark. Count to Seth Lloyd with no men on. 1 out in the fourth is 2-2. Slapped opposite field to left and foul. For the record, Quinn Tibbetts, number 36. Brown looking down the barrel of Anderson, now delivering. Pulled out into right field. A diving play attempted but missed by Andrin. Fell just in front of his glove. He already made one diving play on a liner by Ryan Fisher earlier in today's game. That ended the inning. And a good one at that. That was the end of a 3-run rally for the Outlaws back in the second. Ruled out a single all day long for Seth Lloyd. Cleanup hitter Gus Allred up to the plate. 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to center and left. Good lead at first by Lloyd. Not a stolen base threat for the most part, though. Foul chop on the first pitch. Jagger Mitchell on deck, grabbing the loose foul ball and taking it back to the Outlaws dugout. Lloyd with another decent leave at first. Brown paying some attention. Now focusing home. Off the stretch. Slide step outside. 1-1 count. Allred taking some practice swings in the left-handed box. Back-to-back lefties in the 3-4 spot for the Outlaws. Righties all the way around. Outside of that, low ball 2. Casey Perriman throws left, but actually bats right. You see a lot of throw right, bats left, but it's rarer to see the throws left, bats right. That in baseball, and usually just because. Here's the pitch out to Allred, fair. Allred making the turn. Ball still rolling well into foul territory now at right field, just a bit in front of the warning track. Lloyd comes around to score. Allred standing up with a triple. A rip ball out into the right field line, stays fair as it hits the line. And an RBI triple for Allred has him in scoring position, with the Outlaws now down to 8-6 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jagger Mitchell on to the bat. Steps into the box. What a well-hit ball by Allred, and just fortunate. A hair this way, a hair that way. Well, it was right on the line. And fair. First pitch from Brown. Looped right back up the middle. May drop in front of the center fielder. A diving catch made by Bowman. Sacrifice fly will work, though, to get the Outlaws within 1 run. And rule that a sac fly and an RBI for Jagger Mitchell. Allred in standing. 8-7 the score, so an effective at-bat for Jagger. Not a deep foul, or not a deep fly ball, as it's tougher, especially in a big, deep field like this, and with wood bats on top of it. Got outfields looking like they're playing extremely shallow. Well, they play a little more shallow with the wood bat, but then you've also got to figure in that how much farther back that wall is than so many Legion fields. First pitch by Brendan Thompson. Down the line to third. Gloved and through the glove of the first baseman, Cade Anderson, on a throw, an E3 ruled. Keldon Hastings had the fielding job done, but the throw was just in and out of the glove of Anderson. So the inning continues on an E3. Not unofficial. Wait for the ruling on game changer. But like we were saying, you see the outfield playing where they are. Look back at the wall. 360 to right, 360 to left, 400 to center. Left field is as deep as center field at Ross Kesterson Field. It's 50 feet deeper than center field at Stratton Myers and Green River. Casey Perriman up to the plate and pops it up to second to end the inning. The Outlaws score twice. An RBI triple by Gus Allred and a sac fly by Jagger Mitchell get them 1 run, then 2 runs closer, but still trail by a skinny point. 8-7 this tally on the Impact Physical Therapy board as we head to the 5th inning on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Bedroom on a poster. I bet she know what's up when I approach her. Boyfriend came in last place. We up in the sky like a vulture.
Ethan Buse back out on the mound. Got through the 5th inning after Chris Perriman plunked in. The bases loaded, a run, the lone run for Cheyenne in the 4th inning. And that currently is the difference in the game. So from Casey to Chris, the man on the hook, Perriman for the loss. But we've still got plenty of time to play, at least for the moment. Clock here at Cowboy Field in Laramie, Wyoming says 2:13 p.m. The game time start officially on the books, 12:41. There's a 2-hour limit to start a new inning, so we're looking at 20, 25, 30 minutes before we're faced with that decision. So certainly at least one more inning for the Outlaws to try to do something about it. A good inning by Cheyenne here, though. Could do something to end it as well. Again, an 8-run differential rule at 5 innings is the mercy rule, not 10. So if you get up by 8 at the end of 5 or 6 or 7 or wherever, the game is over. Strike one taken to the leadoff man for Cheyenne, Cade Anderson. Had an error to extend the bottom half of the 4th inning, but ended up being no story either way as the next batter was retired. Hits a chopper down to third. Gross cleanly fields, but overthrows Gus Allred all the way back to the tarp, and it's hit back there. He's going to have to try and figure it out, and I think that is ruled probably as an out of play and take one more base. E5 for Reed Gross. Had the great field, but out of his hands. You could see that ball was airmailed high, looking like Jeff George trying to find the end zone for the Indianapolis Colts back in the early 90s. Ethan Buse with an inherited base runner by way of that error. Trying to work through some adversity now in a close game, 8-7. Caden Anderson at the plate. Cade Anderson on second. Cade with a C, Caden with a K. First pitch. 0-1, a strike. Second from Buse, down in the dirt, blocked by Mitchell, and it's 1-1. The Outlaws play tomorrow at 10 a.m. against Spearfish. Initially scheduled to play Spearfish at 4:45 today. Pitch from Buse, slap down to second. Thompson grabs it and throws to first. Had a reshuffling of the schedule. So Evanston just playing once today. That reshuffling came in yesterday as a team dropped out last minute. 8 hits for the Outlaws, 5 for Cheyenne, 4 errors for the Outlaws. 1 out and a man on third. Fisher Brown swing and a miss on the first pitch. Earlier in the season, we had about as bad as the air bug could get, as I believe it was 7 hits for Green River in a win, 22-21 over the Outlaws, in a game where they had 11 hits and 13 errors, that being the Outlaws. 1-1 to Brown. Buse looking down to that third baseline, wishing that runner wasn't on and giving him a little bit of trouble in the peripherals. 2-1 count as Anderson dances down at that third baseline, trying to mess with Buse as much as he can on the mound. The pitch off the stretch, and Buse is low. Ball 3. On deck, it's Tyler Schlegel. Schlegel scored all 3 times he's come to the plate today. Knocked out to short, and an error by Lloyd allows the runner to reach safely. It's been a tough fielding day for the Outlaws, and add error number 5 to the tally. Score is 9-7 as Anderson came around to touch home plate. Schlegel with a triple, a single, and a reach on air today. Good lead over at first for Brown. Pitch by Buse. Past the glove of Lloyd and an infield hit. Can't rule that one an error as Seth was stretched out and he wouldn't have been able to make a turn on that and throw to first anyways. Either way, another hit for Cheyenne. Their 6th of the day, first and second, and Lobmeyer up. Lobmeyer with a ground out, a walk, and a single today, 1 for 2. A run scored. First pitch, a strike. Lobmeyer watched it go by. The second. Slapped down to short. This time cleanly fielded. To second, the throw to first is in time. A 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. Cheyenne gets one more across, the 4th consecutive inning in which they have scored. On to the bottom of the 5th next, the Outlaws trail by 2 on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. 9-7, Cheyenne leads Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy Board.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. Alright, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent. From Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
9-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board here in Laramie, Wyoming. Day 1 of the Dooley Classic for the Evanston Outlaws. There were some games happening yesterday as well. A little bit delayed in the start time, only by about a half hour though, considering that the game started a half hour late for game preceding it. Not too bad as they're trying to move it along and get things back on time. The final schedule for today is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. Ethan Buse leads off the inning with a throw and a hit down to shortstop. Throw, long one, but beats Buse out on the race. 1 pitch and 1 out for Fisher Brown into his 5th inning of work. Been very effective today. Given up 7 runs, but been helped along by some less than stellar defense on the Outlaws side with 5 errors. Had 3 errors himself to deal with defensively for Laramie. Chris Perriman at the plate takes strike 1. So Buse was replacing Cummings in the lineup. 8-9-1 to go through the 5th. Second pitch is a ball, 1-1. First pitch, or excuse me, the 1-1 to Perriman. Fouled away, but well hit. Went way foul, but way far. Probably about as close to a wall skipper as we'll see today. Just ended up being about 100 yards foul. The 1-2 to Perriman from Brown. Slapped up to the center of the field. Bowman makes the grab and 2 are out. Ryan Fisher comes up with just 5 pitches delivered by Brown in the 5th inning. Outlaws not helping out the case for Brown to try to go complete. I should say they are helping it out. Is just keeping that pitching count a little low for him. All of his innings, all of his runs today been ruled as earned for Brown on Evanston's stats. Fisher on the count, 1-1. His pitch count just sitting at 60. And strike to ball ratio, 44-18. That's pretty good. Had 2 innings where he's thrown less than 13 pitches and perhaps on his way to a third here. Fisher down in the count after a swing and miss, 1-2, which puts his pitch count in the inning at 8. Here's the 1-2 from Brown. Back to short. Gloved well by Lobemeyer, and a throw down is caught at first. 1-2-3 go the Outlaws. Time on the clock, 2:24. So we still have another inning to play, at least, heading on to the 6th. 9-7, Cheyenne on top of Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy board on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Be bugging, that's not my type. You say you want me, and I'm what do you like?
Lane to lead off the inning for Cheyenne, Nolan Lane, followed by Guy Andren and Ben Bowman. 9-1-2 in the order, Outlaws trailing Cheyenne as we go into the top of the 6th inning. 9-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Ethan Buse stays out onto the mound. He's been effective and given up a run last inning, that one unearned. It was an error at third base by Reed Gross, overthrowing Gus Allred that allowed Anderson to reach on. Got to second and then a ground out to third and then another ground out. Got him home. Outlaws still out hitting Cheyenne 8-6, but down 2 runs. The second baseman, Lane, steps into the box. Righty-on-righty matchup for Buse and Nolan. Here's the first pitch. Started to go, then pulled back, ball 1. Game started at 12:41 p.m., so we're 13 minutes away from the no new inning time limit. Strike 1. Outlaws looking for a quick inning, of course, for the potential to hold Cheyenne scoreless for the first time in 4 innings. Wind picking up here, possibly meaning a new storm's coming in. Strike 2 given up, and Lane let it watch. Go on by. 1-2, no outs, no one on. Leadoff man here in the 6th. The delivery, fouled, no. Dribbled up off the handle to Buse. He grabs it, underhand flip to Allred. One's gone. 1-3 put out for the Outlaws to start the 6th inning. And Guy Andren up to the plate. Andren today is up for the 5th time. Flew out his first, reached on an air the second. walked the third, and was hit the fourth. His third plate appearance was one of note, still without a hit today, but he went down 0-2 in the count, then took balls 1 and 2 and 3 to get it at 3-2. Pitch hit well out to right field, just foul though. So he went down 0-2 and then saw 3 straight balls and then fouled off 1, 2, 3, 4 pitches in a row before taking on the 10th delivery, ball 4. One to Andren. Inside and still hasn't had a chance to get one in play. He's hit. Man on first, 1 out, and Ben Bowman up. Bowman also without a hit today, but has reached base twice, once on an error, once on a walk. Has flown out and dropped one out to the infield. Throw back to first, and Andren's safe. Pitch in, and ball 1. 1-0 count to Bowman. See how Buse handles the base runner. Goes off the stretch and ball 2. Fastball by Buse. He's missed on location twice. Signaled something down to the home plate umpire. Maybe for some, looks like for time to reset the mound. Try to work out a divot up for his plant leg. Two-0 to Buse. Swing and a miss. Buse caught Bowman out in front of it. Wind's picked up briefly. It's still swelling in the background, but not as significant as it was about 3 or 4 minutes ago. With it, it brought a whole lot of cold air, not a welcome thing here on the first day of summer, where we're probably not going to see 50 degrees. (3-1) for Bowman at the plate. Man on first. Chops it foul down the third base line. Full count for Bowman. 1 gone, 1 on, and a step off for Buse. The record high in June for Laramie was 94. Swing and a miss for Bowman, and there's 2 outs. Strikeout for Buse. Has 2 gone with 1 man on, and Kelton Hastings up to the plate. So like we said, the record in June in Laramie was 94 degrees. The record low for a day in June was 22 degrees. We're not quite there. The average low is at 41.9. That's where we're sitting at for about a high today. The lowest it's gotten in Laramie recorded, -50. That coming in, of course, January. I don't think we'll see that tonight. But when it's June 21st, it feels like it's about 100 degrees south of where it is. 1-0 count to Hastings. Second pitch, fouled into the catcher's glove of Mitchell. Down to 2:33 p.m., so 8 minutes. Runner at first, headed for second. Hit and run. Out to Perriman. Dives. Can he make the catch? It was not. He was corralling the catch. So instead, the hit and run, instead of being a double play, it works for first and third with 2 outs. Cade Anderson up to the plate. first baseman for Cheyenne. Having a good day on the base paths, I guess, but he hasn't gotten a hit either. Walk, fly out, air is how he's reached and scored his most recent time. Valiant effort out in center field by Chris Perriman, but a hit nonetheless. Could have been inning ender there, as Andren was breaking and turning for third by the time the catch would have been made. Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Anderson. Anderson, a right-handed hitter. Open stance. Has a healthy waggle of the bat as he settles it in. The 0-1 out to left field and dropping in front of Casey Perriman for the hit. Run scores, makes it 10-7. And finally evens up the hit count for the first time all day for Cheyenne against Evanston. They're both at 8. Of course, 5 errors for Evanston, and a healthy helping of walks and hit batsmen has aided that run total for the Hawks. 2 out still, and Caden Anderson up to the plate. The first pitch from Buse outside for a ball. Runners on first and second. So like we were saying, it's 2:34 p.m. right now, down to 7 minutes before no new inning can start. So it's now or never, it looks like, for the Outlaws to get out of this inning and then get some runs in. Need 3 in the bottom half as of now. Off the stretch, Buse lips it down to second. Fielded by Thompson and down to first, Allred makes the grab. Side is retired, but another run for a 5th straight inning scores for Cheyenne, and they lead by 3. Perhaps the last chance up next as we head to the bottom of the 6th on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Burn out weather the storm, but it's raining cats and dogs. While they playing on their phone when I'm playing them a song. Oh no.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and we are 5 minutes away from the 2-hour cap time. So the Outlaws with Reed Gross, 2-3-4 coming up to the plate, perhaps on their last chance, depending on how this inning goes. If it's a quick one, they may get a 7th in, but what's that going to do? They need some runs here. Reed Gross, followed by Seth Lloyd and Gus Allred up to the plate. Gross, with his 4th plate appearance, was hit, got a hit with a double, and popped out to the pitcher his last time up. Takes ball 1 to start the inning. Outlaws play at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I think home plate umpire just signaled something. I'm not sure if that was regarding the 2-hour limit or something else. Second pitch is a ball as well. And it looks like that's what the umpire was ruling, that this is the last inning for what they had a game start time. Must have been 2:37. On cue, Reed Gross rips a single through the gap at 3rd and short and brings up Seth Lloyd. Tying man represented by the man on deck, Gus Allred. Need to get Seth Lloyd on first before they can think about that. Allred with a good hit his last time up, got a triple. And he scored the next at-bat by way of a sacrifice of Jagger Mitchell. It appears with Fisher Brown, and his day is done. They're giving up that hit. They're bringing in a closer. Is that Cade Anderson? It appears to be so. We'll confirm that as he takes his warm-up pitches when we come back on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Outlaws down by 3 in their last chance upcoming.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
Cade Anderson set to try and close out the game. First pitch has Reed Gross running for second, and the stolen base is completed. Thank you for letting me know that, AJ. We'll get that fixed momentarily. So we'll have to run that ad one more time, trying to catch up on the ones we missed, and we'll get that fixed. Sorry for the silence there on those last two ads. Had a weird reset on my computer. Second pitch, out to deep right center field for Seth Lloyd. Settling in under it for the catch, and out number one. One gone, and Reed Gross tags up and heads on to third base. Catch made by Ben Bowman. Guess Allred out to the plate. Allred set in the lefty box. Pitch inside from Bowman, and it hit him. Send him on to first base. Allred wanted to keep swinging, but it must have just got enough of the jersey. Tried to play it off because he wanted to hit after that triple he had last time. Jagger Mitchell up to the plate. 2 men on, and Jagger, the tying run with 1 out. And this will be the last inning. It's the 6th, unless, of course, there's a tie. But the Outlaws need something before that. If it does go to a tie, we'll see if it's a Texas tiebreaker sort of thing with a man on second or an out or 2 outs. Some maybe 2 men on, man on third. Every tournament runs it a little different. And some run it just straight up play baseball. Anderson with the pitch. Inside, strike one, fastball. Righty on righty matchup. Long, lanky Cade Anderson on the mound, winds up and delivers. Mitchell started to go, but pulled off as the ball was dropping rapidly, and it's a 1-1 count. Bright green day here at Cowboy Field. Cold one on the start of summer. Third pitch is a ball, and it's 2-1. Wind picking up. On the 2-1, Anderson on the wind. Runner taking off for second. A throw faked. Strike two. Even count. Allred given second on infield indifference. 2 men in scoring position, but 1 gone, and the tying run still at the plate. Mitchell needs to make some magic happen here. Deliver outside, full count. The Outlaws sitting at 12-12 on the season, and looking to get a little momentum heading into Tuesday's doubleheader against the Casper Oilers in region play. Good leads at second and third. Inside and plunked him, bases loaded. Mitchell walking a little gingerly at first after that as he got hit perhaps on the side of the knee. Brings up Brendan Thompson with the bases loaded. Outlaws have the tying runs on the paths, but now need a drive-in. Infield at double play depth. First place guarding the line. Third base halfway in. And a little off the bag. Outfield at straight up depth. 1-0 count to Thompson. A patient hitter. Here's the second. Takes a strike. A formidable opponent in the single-A Cheyenne Hawks today for Evanston. Anderson with the pitch. High for a ball 2. If they can get any farther, Thompson will be followed by Casey Perriman and then Ethan Buse, or perhaps a pinch hitter. We'll see. Looks like Buse is getting ready and has a batting helmet on. Slap opposite field into right. Catch is made. Runner's tag. Gross on his way home. In safely. A late tag at second, though. Keeps runners at first and second. So 2 outs. And the Outlaws still down by 2 with runners on first and second. Casey Perriman up. Last chance for Evanston. Perriman's 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles and 2 runs scored. Anderson in line for the save. Looks back to second and steps off. As soon as time was called for the game, meaning that this would be the last inning and a runner was given up by Fisher Brown, they called for the closer Anderson. Second man, make it the third man he's hit. Perriman got hit in the back. Did it hit his back? I think it hit him first. As of now, it's ruled that Perriman's back up to the plate, so it's a strike. Looked like it bounced off his back, but I guess if it would have, he probably would have appealed a little bit harder with 2 outs. 0-1 count. Anderson inside, and Perriman steps in and tries to rip it, but fouls it back. The Hawks are down to their final strike. Straight up depth in the outfield, playing a little deeper. Keeping everything in front of him. Perriman swings and just gets a hold of enough to make a foul tip. Dropped out of the catcher Anderson's glove, an all Anderson battery. Try it again on 0-2. Cade Anderson on the mound. Full windup. Outside, ball 1. The rain's back, it looks like. on the 1-2. The pitch. Inside. Ball 2. Perriman just held up. Biting their fingernails down on the first base dugout side of the Outlaws. An even count. 2 men on, 2 outs. The pitch. Slap down to third. This could be it. Well gloved. A throw down to first is into the mitt of Hastings, and it's all over. Cheyenne wins it 10-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard in 6 innings. A tight game, 9 hits for the Outlaws, 8 for Cheyenne. But too many errors and too many walks for Evanston spelled doom in their first game as they drop to 12-13 with another game coming up tomorrow in the tournament. They are at the Dooley Classic in Laramie, Wyoming at the University of Wyoming campus. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Mountain sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
The Steel Fabrication Shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment, including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Never had a love about you. Confuse all the people walking as you go. Yeah. First time, everyone's a winner.
Field being prepared for another contest coming up shortly, and they'll go all the way through about 9, 10 o'clock tonight. We'll be back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The Outlaws falling 10-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard to the Cheyenne Hawks to drop to 12-13 on the season for the Hawks. That's win number 17 of the year, 17-7-1 overall. Evanston got 9 hits in the contest, and those were collected down the line. Ryan Fisher went 1 for 4 on the day, 2 RBIs. Reed Gross had 2 hits in his 3 plate at-bats, not plate appearances. Had a walk as well, an RBI, and a run scored. Seth Lloyd, 1 for 4 on the day with a run scored. Gus Allred had 1 hit in 3 attempts and a run scored, a RBI as well. Jagger Mitchell went hitless but did drive in a run after being plunked on the back with the bases loaded. Brendan Thompson goes hitless in his 3 at-bats. Kendall Cummings gets a single hit in 2 at-bats. Casey Perriman, 2 for 4 on the day, 2 runs scored. Ethan Buse, 0 for 1, and Chris Perriman continues his hot streak in the number 9 spot in the order, 2 for 3 on the day, a pair of RBIs and a run scored. That's it for Evanston stats. On the hitting side, down to Cheyenne now. We had, not Ryan Andren, been wanting to call him that all day long. Not Ryan Andren, Guy Andren. He went hitless in a couple of plate appearances, 0 for 2, but had an RBI on a walk and a run scored. Ben Bowman, he was hitless as well, so 1-2 for Cheyenne. Don't get a hit, but they end up being effective enough as he also had an RBI on a walk in. That was in 4 at-bats. Hastings for Cheyenne, 1 for 4. Cade Anderson went 1 for 4. Caden Anderson, 0 for 3. Brown, that being Fisher Brown, went 0 for 3. Tyler Schlegel, 3 for 4 in the number 7 spot in the order, was the player of the game in this contest as he drives in 3, scores 3 himself in 4 plate appearances. Ty Lobmauer had 1 for 3 on the batting order, 1 RBI, a run scored, and a walked. And at the bottom spot, Nolan Lane, 0 for 2 with a run scored on 2 walks. Winning pitcher in today's game, well, no question about that. Fisher Brown goes 5 complete, 67 total pitches thrown, 8 runs given up, all of them earned, and he didn't strike out a single soul but didn't need to. He gave up 10 hits as well, according to Evanston's tally. According to the scoreboard tally, it was 9 hits total, so that's the differential. If you're scoring along at home, and I ran through that differential, the Evanston game changer had one more hit than the board here in Laramie. Cade Anderson with the save through 19 pitches in his 1 inning thrown. Ryan Fisher started the game, gave up nothing, and gave up 1 run, but it was unearned in 2 innings pitched, 39 total, although he was a little bit erratic, just a 61.5 strike percentage on his 39 throws. Walked a pair of runners. Casey Perriman came in and lasted just a third of an inning to start that third. 2 hits, 6 runs given up, 5 of them earned on a bunch of walks and hit batsmen. Chris Perriman came out and finished out that inning, but made it just a total inning in the book himself. Through 46 pitches, he gave up a run, which was unearned, struck out 1, and walked 4. Ethan Buse finished out the game, and he threw 2 2/3, 43 pitches, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, and had a strikeout. We'll take a break and catch up on our advertisements and get you out of here. And just a bit here and set you up for tomorrow's game at 10 a.m. against Spearfish on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
We each have 168 hours in every week. When you exercise 2 to 3 hours a week, everything about your life gets better. I know this from personal experience. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston. 2 to 3 hours of exercise per week will help you feel better, you will have more energy and confidence, your clothes will fit better, and the list goes on. Set yourself up for success. Visit Flex Fitness today and let us help you achieve a more healthy lifestyle. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
Some Butterfinger didn't bother to look, and your car goes crunch. Now it looks like the outside of a salted nut roll. People snicker as you drive down the road. Stop the laughter. Let the 3 Musketeers at T-Bar S Body Shop come to your rescue and fix your car. When you drive off, you'll feel like you're skipping across the Milky Way again. You'll think of Matt Rex as the big hunk who came to your rescue. Dents removed, glass chips repaired, and windshields replaced. T-Bar S Body Shop and Glass Repair on County Road, across from the cemetery in Evanston. Sweet.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence. The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Self-control.
Final score again here, 10-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board out of Laramie, Wyoming at Cowboy Field, where the rain has come back down as they're resetting the field, chalking those lines, and they won't last too long, especially not in this weather. We will be done until tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll have Spearfish here, and that'll be our lone broadcast for tomorrow's games here at Laramie. As we close out, the Outlaws go to 12-13 on the season. Cheyenne improves to 17-7. They split on the day, 17-7-1, I should say, overall. And we'll be back here probably about 9:50 airtime for, we should have the first game for that broadcast. See if the Outlaws can get back to 500 on that. Got all those ads in, thanks to AJ back in the studio helping us through a weird one where had some computer reset problems that took the sound out of our ads, but we finally got them in eventually. And we'll see you back here tomorrow, hopefully with none of those issues. Until then, thanks for listening on K9 Radio or watching online at mylocalradio.com. I'm Jake Hibbard for AJ Lamb back in the studio. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on mylocalradio.com. Go online to check out more live and archived action from Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this stream may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. We thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and mostly, we thank you for tuning in.